Hi everyone, welcome to Carmen's Australian Storytime. Today I'm up at Peachester reading with this beautiful background of the beautiful Mount Beerburrum behind me. And I am reading one of my favourite authors and illustrators, Rod Clement, and it's called Counting on Frank. I wonder what that means and whether we can count on Frank. Book, no blurb. But it does have that beautiful CBCA Children's Book Honour Book Award symbol on it. So definitely one for the library already before you even read it. I wonder who Frank is. Do you think Frank is the boy, the dog, or the whale? See if you can guess. My dad says, if you've got a brain, use it. So I do. I sit down and fill my notebook with facts. Did you know that the average ballpoint pen draws a line 2,060 meters long before it runs out of ink? Did you know that? I didn't know that. My parents consider this fact to be a bit childish, but I'm sure the pen company would like to know that. It's actually very interesting information. I'm thinking this is Frank. What do you reckon? And like his pen behind his ear. That's reminding me of one of my favourite books called Rodney Loses It. My dog Frank is pretty big. Frank is the dog and takes up a lot of space. I calculate that 24 Franks could fit into my bedroom. But sometimes there isn't even room for one. If Frank were a humpback whale, however, then only 10 would fit into our entire house. I asked Dad about this, and he said they would get in the way of the television. Probably true, and I think they might need something. What do whales absolutely have to have? What is an essential thing in order for them to survive? I'm thinking maybe water. I calculate that only one dad would fit inside our big television, but only 1/10 of him would fit in Mum's portable. Mum said she would prefer the top part because Dad's feet smell. There he is, his head squished into the television. Now, you might not recognise this kind of television because this is an old style television when televisions first came out. And this television, you had to actually get up and walk over to the television and turn the dial to change the channels. And as you can see, not very many channels. It only goes up to 11 on this television. We've got a gum tree in our garden. It grows about 2 meters every year. If I had grown at the same speed, I'd now be 16 meters tall. I wouldn't mind really, except that I'd never get clothes to fit. Can you work out how old he is? So if it grows 2 meters every year and he would be 16 divided by 2. Can you work that out? We could count in twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. He's 8. I don't mind having a bath. It gives me time to think. For example, I calculate it would take 11 hours and 45 minutes to fill the entire bathroom with water. That's with both taps running. He really likes his maths. Do you like maths and counting? I never liked it so much when I was little. It would be slightly less time to empty as long as no one opened the door. I prefer English and reading, as you can tell. When I get dressed, I don't think about fashion or style. I think about facts. Oh, interesting. For instance, it's a fact that if I put on every article of clothing in my cupboard, I would be 2.8 meters tall and 1.8 meters wide. Sounds like something he has actually done in this research. And everyone, I would also be unable to sit down. Yeah, well, look at him. He's very colourful though, I'll give him that. Wonder what this fact is. I enjoy dinner, not because of the delicious grill Mum cooks every night, or the thrilling conversation. It's the peas. If I had accidentally knocked 15 peas off my plate every night for the last 8 years, they would now be level with the tabletop. Okay, that's a fact that's a little different. Maybe then Mum would understand that her son does not like peas. Oh boy, imagine that. Imagine eating your dinner in a room filled with peas. There's a mosquito in my bedroom keeping me awake. He's very interested in the workings of my brain. Do you think mosquitoes are? I think they're more interested in sucking your blood. If he were 4 million times bigger, he wouldn't fit inside my ear, but I guess he'd make more noise than a jumbo jet. Oh, please no. Mosquitoes are so annoying at a tiny size. Imagine that. That would be deafening. At breakfast, I have a glass of orange juice and 2 pieces of toast. What do you have for breakfast? I have 1 piece of toast. I don't know how Frank's fitting in 2. Our old toaster shoots the toast about 1 metre in the air. It makes you think if our toaster were as big as the house, it would endanger low-flying aircraft. Have you ever thought about that when you're cooking your toast? Because I can tell you, never have I ever. Going shopping with Mum is a big event. She is lucky to have such an intelligent trolley pusher. It takes 47 cans of dog food to fill 1 trolley, but only 1 to knock over 110. I think he's talking from experience there. Because of Frank, my knuckles will scrape along the ground by the time I'm 25 from carrying all the dog food. I don't think so. The local club had a competition. You had to guess how many jelly beans were in the jar, and the prize was a trip to Hawaii. They didn't know who they were dealing with. There are 745 jelly beans in the average lolly jar. I thought everybody knew that. As Dad said on the plane to Hawaii, if you've got a brain, then use it. So they won the competition and he gets the jelly beans and the trip to Hawaii. How exciting is that? And even the dog's gone. He's reading the newspaper. And there he is at the end of the book with his jelly beans. Imagine 700 and, what did he say? 35. Better get it right. 745 jelly beans. Wow. Sounds delicious. And that's the end of counting on Frank. I hope you enjoyed that crazy book as much as I did. There were some pretty interesting things that he was working out the measurements and counting on. All right, thank you for joining me, and I look forward to joining you next time. Don't forget to click and subscribe, and I hope you are having a wonderful holiday time if you're on holidays wherever you are in the world. Okay, bye for now.